Our protagonist finds himself in a warehouse, casually spotting an incredibly rare S-rank item. The workload keeps escalating. They're literally just piling crates on top of him. He sifts through endless stacks of items, barely making progress. This grind is merciless. Suddenly, a guy with an absurd wig and his lackeys demand he finishes more by tomorrow. The arrogant wig and Marisa start blabbering about a war, as if that's his concern. Pompous Wig throws a commoner insult his way. The level of disrespect is unreal. Night descends, and our guy remains trapped in that dusty warehouse. This feels like forced labor. Exhausted, he admits his body is on the verge of giving out. He's running on empty. Finally, he breaks down, realizing there's no way to complete this impossible task. But then he recalls the days of hunger and poverty, pushing himself to continue. Desperation fuels him. Back to the grind, our boy struggles to endure this soul-crushing job. Out of nowhere, a mysterious figure appears, telling him to stop working. This cloaked stranger warns him that his magic could be his downfall. Well, that escalated quickly. Caught off guard, he wonders how this person managed to enter unnoticed. He decides to activate his appraisal skill to learn more about this enigmatic visitor. However, the cloaked figure is already aware of his ability, raising major red flags. The shady figure casually offers him a position with the Empire, as if it's no big deal. Stunned, he drops his crate, realizing he's conversing with the enemy. He struggles to maintain his composure, questioning why an enemy agent is so relaxed in his warehouse. The reason? Security is a joke, with the guard literally snoozing on the job. Panicking, he attempts to kick his way out, but the door refuses to budge. His appraisal skill confirms his worst fears. This cloaked figure is an Imperial officer. The enemy agent tells him to relax, casually mentioning the guards are passed out drunk. On the floor, he tries to downplay his appraisal skill as just a bad habit. He's utterly shocked that someone finally caught him using his supposedly undetectable skill. The cloaked figure confirms he knows everything, including our boy's ability to appraise others. This dubious agent admits he's been investigating him and is quite intrigued. Stalker vibes, anyone? He then presents the job offer, defect to the Empire, and they'll elevate him to nobility. Naturally, our boy is skeptical, questioning why he should trust this convenient recruitment pitch. The agent lays it on thick, saying he can either remain a slave or rise up. The shady agent begins his pitch, claiming the Empire is a meritocracy where talent reigns. He essentially tells our boy he's being exploited with this insane workload and zero recognition. The agent keeps stressing that in the Empire, our guy would actually be appreciated. Looking disheveled, our boy calls him out on the obvious manipulation attempt with a weary smirk. The Imperial agent simply smirks, not even attempting to deny it. He gives our guy an ultimatum to meet at midnight, but our boy tries to refuse. Then the agent tosses a strange egg-like object onto the floor as a gift. This can't end well. The egg starts emitting audio, revealing the voice of that jerk and Marisa, the pompous wig. The agent instructs him to use this as evidence for his final decision. This reeks of manipulation. It's a projection of pompous wig and his crew celebrating while our boy toils away. Savage. Our boy is completely taken aback, realizing the shady agent brought proof in the form of recorded footage. The recording shows a high noble admitting profits are soaring thanks to their new commoner slave. Pompous Wig and his superior are casually wagering on how long our guy will endure the workload. The entire room laughs, saying they can't let him die too soon. Pure evil, these guys. Pompous Wig then drops the facade, suggesting they should drain him dry before he kicks the bucket. Our boy is in full crisis mode, questioning why he should sacrifice himself for these scumbags. He starts recalling his past as a destitute orphan surviving on the streets. He was lured into this mess with promises of food and money, essentially trafficked. He survived solely because of his appraisal skill, while others who tried to escape faced torture. Now, the shady agent's offer seems incredibly tempting, presenting him with his first real choice. Our protagonist is spiraling, realizing he's never truly made a choice in his entire existence. But after hitting rock bottom, a spark ignites in his eyes. He decides to take a chance on himself. He actually shows up at the midnight rendezvous, ready to betray for a better opportunity. A rustle in the trees catches his attention, and he instantly goes on high alert, anticipating an ambush. He opts to activate his appraisal ability to locate the shady agent lurking in the shadows. The agent executes the classic move, teleporting right behind him, appearing out of thin air. Casually perched in a tree, the agent acts all enigmatic, like he's some kind of superhero. Finally, he removes his hood, introducing himself as Ars Balart, flashing a smile that says, "Glad you're not a fool." He immediately starts guiding him out of the city, suggesting they leave before anyone catches on. The agent is already fanboying over his appraisal skill, realizing it's like having a human radar. His appraisal reveals the agent's stats, showing he possesses S-rank archery skills. The agent is having a crisis, questioning if he should have pursued archery all along. Our protagonist drops some classic shonen wisdom: effort always trumps raw talent. Then we get a chibi-style tutorial explaining that talent is merely the easy mode at the start. The agent flips the conversation, asking why he chose to invest everything in appraisal. He confesses he can't even assess his own abilities. He just rolled a natural 20 for talent. The agent is completely taken aback, while our protagonist brushes it off like it's nothing. The agent hands over the escape plan details, essentially giving him a quest marker for the next step. They meet the getaway driver, and the agent provides our protagonist with a letter of introduction for the next phase. Feeling emotional, he expresses genuine gratitude that someone finally recognizes his value. He's been through a lot. Looking back at the city, he remarks that his only fond memory is committing treason. You love to see it. The shady agent Ars extends a handshake to finalize the deal on this whole defection. The agent validates him, stating it was his toxic environment that held him back. He watches the wagon depart, already plotting how to utilize his shiny new human radar. In the back of the wagon, he finally acknowledges that his previous life was utterly worthless. And the agent is already considering that this kid might be worthy of serving the Empress. What a promotion. 10 days later, he's jolted awake in the back of the getaway wagon. He wakes up with work-related trauma, but the driver tells him to relax. They've arrived. It finally dawns on him that he actually went through with the entire treason plan. He gazes at the imperial capital for the first time, utterly awestruck. Welcome home, traitor. We get a sweeping view of the imperial capital. This place looks ridiculously opulent. The city boasts serious fortifications, not the kind of place you just stroll into. A closer inspection of the architecture reveals they're not skimping on the construction budget. Finally, on solid ground, he takes in the sights of his new life, filled with high-stakes treason. He's on a mission, searching for the location that the shady Agent R mentioned. Naturally, his first destination is the Imperial military base, straight into the Lion's Den. With the letter of introduction from the agent, he holds his golden ticket to freedom. He tries to drop the agent's name to the guard, who clearly isn't impressed by this random guy. The guard inspects the letter, giving our protagonist the most judgmental side-eye imaginable. And this new jerk immediately turns hostile, slapping the letter away and calling him a liar. Welcome to the Empire. He attempts to clarify he's not lying, but the new jerk guard remains relentless. Then a superior arrives and the guard snaps to attention, saluting Major Rudolph. Busted. Major Rudolph steps out, looking like he actually runs the place, unlike the gatekeeper. The hostile guard is sweating profusely now that his boss caught him being rude to the newcomer. Major Rudolph already knows our protagonist's name, Arudo, and appears much more professional. Rudolph dismisses the rude guard, confirming he received the memo from the shady agent R. And just like that, Arudo gets a personal tour from a major. What a status boost. They already have Arudo in uniform, and Rudolph is laying on the charm, apologizing for the misunderstanding. Rudolph finally reads the letter of introduction from the agent to see what the fuss is about. The letter essentially serves as a scouting report on Arudo's extraordinary skill, highlighting his insane daily usage. Major Rudolph is already taken aback by Arudo's talent, while our protagonist tries to act humble, like he isn't a cheat code. Rudolph flashes a smug smile, clearly recognizing the immense potential in the fresh recruit. He delivers the classic results-driven promotion speech, just like the shady Agent R was promised. And just like that, Arudo becomes an officer candidate. Quite the transformation, even if it's for the enemy. Our boy is utterly stunned, realizing he just swapped one nightmare for another by enlisting. Major Rudolph beams, insisting it's all for the Empire's glory. Sure, buddy. Without a moment to spare, Rudolph lays out the first mission: use his appraisal skill to mentor a subordinate. So, his initial task is to visit an orphanage and select one child to mold into a prodigy. And he has just 1 month to prepare this random kid for the military academy entrance exam. Rudolph tells him the decision is his, and Aruto appears genuinely ready for the challenge. Major Rudolph inquires if Aruto can utilize his skill to scout talent, and our boy responds with a confident yes. The major looks serious, likely realizing he struck gold with this recruit. Arudo begins scanning the first group of 7 orphans. Time to activate the cheat code. He activates the appraisal skill and magic circles swirl around him. It's showtime. Deep in concentration, he processes the stat sheets appearing for these kids. Major Rudolph watches with a smug grin, already seeing the worth in his new human scanner. We glimpse the roster, kids with A and B ranked talents, not too shabby for orphans. But Arudo has already identified the standout, the one kid who's truly exceptional. He points out the red-haired girl, Sarah, as the one with the greatest potential. His prodigy is chosen. And just like that, the appraisal confirms it. Sarah possesses S-rank swordsmanship. She's the star of this side quest. Major Rudolph is impressed with Arudo's selection, calling Sarah a genius, but our boy is already thinking bigger. Arudo observes the training, noticing a girl named Lily being berated for her slow pace. He opts against the easy win, realizing that training a prodigy won't validate his own worth. Smart move. And there's Lily, getting absolutely roasted for her sluggishness, looking utterly defeated. A couple of background bullies are mocking Lily, calling her a talentless fool. Classic. Arudo asks Major Rudolph if the mission involves more than just physical training. Already scheming. Our boy dons a determined protagonist expression. He's found his true target. The Major confirms that as long as they're useful, it doesn't matter, asking if Arudo has made his choice. And right on cue, Lily collapses from fatigue. She's the ultimate underdog project. Arudo affirms he's found his candidate, and you just know he's about to choose the one everyone overlooked. The orphan squad sizes up Arudo, calling him elite but also commenting on his seemingly weak appearance. Our boy Arudo feels the pressure as the entire orphanage glares at him like he's prey. Major Rudolph gives him a gentle nudge to snap him out of his stage fright. The Major delivers a quick pep talk, telling him to lift his chin and boost his confidence. Rudolph steps forward, telling the kids he's getting straight to the point. He announces that one of them will become Arudo's personal assistant. Instant Hunger Games. And just like that, all the kids go wild, eager to be the chosen one. A background character is already convinced that Sarah, the S-rank prodigy, will be the one. Major Rudolph puts Arudo on the spot, demanding he make the decision right now. And whatever Arudo just declared has the Major and the entire squad completely stunned. He chose chaos. Arudo makes his selection, and the girl he points to looks like she's about to faint. And the chosen one is Lily, the underdog, who is utterly bewildered by this outcome. Lily is experiencing a complete system failure, pointing at herself as if there's been a mistake. Major Rudolph makes it official, instructing everyone else to return to work except for the new prodigy. A kid tries to protest the decision but is immediately silenced by the Major's presence. The instructor gets the rest of the kids back in line for more sprints. The show must go on. The entire orphan squad walks away, utterly baffled by Arudo's choice. And we have our first critic, a girl with pigtails who is furious that the failure was chosen over her. Our boy Arudo quickly spots the new rival causing a scene in the background. The other kids are panicking because Pigtails is arguing with an officer. This girl has no survival instincts. Marlia, the girl with pigtails, is going full-on Karen, insisting on challenging the ruling. Arudo strides up to the critic, questioning if she genuinely wants to know the reason for her rejection. Pigtails is fired up, shouting yes as if she's ready to lodge a formal complaint. Calmly, he clarifies that his choice, Lily, isn't a failure, effectively silencing the naysayers. He shares some insights about potential being influenced by the environment, essentially narrating his own journey. Pigtails is utterly confused, failing to grasp the genius move Arudo just pulled. Realizing that explaining his cheat skill is pointless, Arudo opts to demonstrate instead. Major Rudolph interjects with a smug expression, practically inviting anyone else to step up. He arranges a mock duel in a week between Lily and Pigtails. Let the training arc commence. Pigtails is itching for a fight, while Lily is set on proving everyone wrong. Major Rudolph leaves Arudo with a smirk, warning him not to mess this up. No pressure. Arudo and his new pupil, Lily, share an awkward first meeting, complete with adorable squirrels. Lily is already addressing him as Lord, and he's clearly unaccustomed to such deference. He's having flashbacks to a pompous wig, realizing he's finally being treated like a human. Arudo requests a thorough appraisal of Lily, and she looks as if he just asked for her kidney. She's completely stunned that he can appraise people, while Arudo casually states, "Yeah, it's my only skill." Lily is already boosting his ego, calling him an executive, while he's trying to keep expectations in check. With the awkward introduction behind them, it's finally time to kick off the training arc. Aruto announces he's about to unleash his full power for a more comprehensive appraisal. He's gearing up, ready to get the complete high-definition breakdown of his new student's abilities. Aruto conducts a full system scan on Lily, extracting all the juicy details with his appraisal skill. And then the stat sheet appears. Her physical stats are dismal, but she possesses S-rank support magic. A support main? Let's do this. He confirms his brilliant strategy. They were trying to turn a healer into a DPS. No wonder she was struggling. Aruto completes his scan and is ready to share the patch notes with his new student. Lily stands there, completely unaware that her entire life is about to receive a boost. He literally writes down her character sheet for her, like a true dungeon master. Lily is losing her mind, realizing she's not useless and actually possesses magical talent. Aruto delivers a heartfelt speech about believing in oneself, and she's on the verge of tears from the affirmation. He flashes back to the shady agent, realizing he's doing for Lily what was done for him. The circle of life, right? With the emotional boost complete, Aruto is ready to hit the books and devise a training plan. Aruto tells Lily it's time to kick off her magic training. He's already in full mentor mode. Their classroom resembles a massive library. The Empire isn't skimping on the education budget. Lily peeks around a corner, puzzled about what any of this has to do with being a soldier. The books are a bizarre mix of swordsmanship manuals and pancake recipes. This is the strangest military curriculum ever. Aruto explains they're in a repurposed food storage, and Lily is just amazed by their ingenuity. Our boy is really buying into this meritocracy idea, believing it's the real deal. Meanwhile, the other orphans are getting absolutely wrecked with push-ups and drills. Tough luck for them. Aruto observes Lily struggling with a crate, realizing he must make this work for her sake as well. And yes, Lily is really having a hard time with that crate. Her physical stats are still abysmal. Aruto clutches a magic book, fully committed to unlocking Lily's hidden potential. The training arc is officially underway. Lily attempts to assert her independence, but Aruto insists, ready to showcase his one and only party trick. He goes full Google search on the entire library, using his appraisal skill to scan every single book. Aruto simply points to a random crate, telling her the book is in there as if he has built-in GPS. His skill is literally pinging quest items all over the room. This dude's appraisal is a total cheat code. Lily is having an epiphany, realizing his appraisal skill is essentially a magical item locator. She finds the book, looking absolutely ecstatic. Aruto is already a better teacher than her previous one. A quick time skip shows the training montage is officially in progress. The countdown to that mock battle has begun. They're delving into the fundamentals of support magic. Buffs for allies, debuffs for foes. It's Support 101. Aruto asks Lily which spells pique her interest, genuinely giving her a say in her training. Our boy is finally grasping the essence of support magic, realizing it's all about empowering friends and weakening foes. Aruto notices Lily is still fixated on her poor marathon time, so he decides to address that first. Lily is already selecting her initial spells from the tome, aiming for enhancements in power and speed. She attempts her first power-up spell, pouring her entire essence into the effort. Aruto shares expert advice on channeling her magic, essentially giving her a live demonstration. Lily enters a state of deep focus, concentrating on the spell as if her life depends on it. Success! Aruto's appraisal skill confirms her strength stat has received a temporary boost. He's already envisioning the bigger picture, aware that these buffs will transform her into a game changer. Aruto quickly gestures to another crate, ready to utilize his human GPS skill for the next lesson. Lily continues to struggle with the heavy lifting, a clear reminder that her base stats are still lacking. She prepares to lift the crate again, likely to test that new strength buff she just acquired. With the help of buffs, Lily finally manages to lift the crate she couldn't even budge earlier. She's completely losing it, astonished that she's not utterly useless for the first time ever. Lily is raving about her newfound strength, while Aruto basks in the glow of his first successful coaching moment. She's already attributing all her success to Aruto, gazing at him as if he's a deity. He responds with the classic humble protagonist line, insisting it was all her effort. Lily gets super pumped to keep grinding, but Aruto halts her. His appraisal skill is probably screaming low mana. He advises her to take it easy, explaining she just expended over half her magic on that single lift. Yet the effort is already yielding results, with her maximum magic power increasing. Arudo is calculating her mana regen and spell costs like a true min-maxer. Lily inquires about what he's examining, and he simply shows her the actual stat sheet he pulled up. Now, Arudo is appraising the magic itself, not just the individual. His skill knows no bounds. He drops the "it's a secret" line, as only he can see the cheat codes. And there it is, the complete spell description as if it's a wiki page. This feels unfair. Our boy is enhancing his own skill, attempting to scan the raw magic rather than the user. He finally grasps it. Her S-rank talent provides a massive flat bonus, making her spells overpowered. Just as they're hitting their stride, a new random orphan appears to disrupt the grind. Arudo sends Lily off so he can return to his 5D chess training manual. The newcomer is merely a messenger, informing Lily that Major Rudolph has summoned her. Arudo plays it cool, but you can tell he's curious about what the Major wants with his student. Lily is already brainstorming, realizing she can't stack buffs and needs a new strategy for pigtails. Major Rudolph is receiving a report from another officer who has already noticed Arudo's magic levels are extraordinary. A new female officer asks the Major who this Arudo is, and he simply refers to him as a gift. The Major places the letter from the dubious Agent R on the desk, and his aide is already freaking out. Rudolph reveals that Arudo has been using his appraisal skill over 800 times daily, leaving the aide stunned. The Major continues to drop revelations, explaining that our boy can appraise individuals and even provided a complete roster. And there's the evidence, a full stat sheet on the orphans, including Lily's S rank and a note about a weakness. The aide is still trying to wrap her head around the fact that appraising people is even feasible. Her world is shaken. Arudo just smiles, asking if they're not curious to see what a walking cheat code can accomplish. Major Rudolph looks incredibly smug, realizing this kid is literally rewriting the rules of magic. Back in the present, Lily is just nodding along with whatever Arudo says, completely in awe of his 5D chest intellect. Major Rudolph and his aide agree that Arudo has no clue he's a walking cheat code. The Major hints that Arudo's past is the reason for his social awkwardness. Yeah, slavery does that. They're already debating whether to keep Arudo's god-tier skill under wraps or expose it. The aide finally asks what the plan is for their new human nuke. Major Rudolph offers her a new role to become Arudo's direct subordinate and assist him in figuring things out. She accepts right away, looking far too excited to babysit the new recruit. My girl gets so pumped she nearly flips the table while the Major sips his tea, unfazed. He places a key on the table to make it official. This is some secret society business. The aide blushes, formally accepting the mission as if she just got promoted to main character. Major Rudolph gives her the final pep talk, essentially saying, "Don't mess up my new toy." Arudo is already diving into the next stage of his training in their improvised kitchen classroom. He suggests to Lily that she should attempt dual casting, and her expression says he just asked her to solve world hunger. Surprisingly, she goes for it, activating the magic circles as if she's been doing this forever. She's intensely focused on layering a power and speed boost, hoping not to overload her magic. Arudo's appraisal skill confirms the buffs are successful, leaving Lily utterly astonished that she managed it. She's thrilled with her success, but admits she's completely exhausted. The mana grind is no joke. Arudo is already analyzing her progress, noting her mana pool is expanding, yet the spell's level remains unchanged. His appraisal confirms it. The spell has reached its maximum level. She's hit the skill cap. Realizing grinding won't cut it, he recalls some obscure text he skimmed earlier. Time for a new strategy. He quickly shifts to a different training approach, and Lily is just along for the ride, impressed. Lily inquires about monster hunting, puzzled about how that relates to her support magic training. He gestures to the ancient text he reviewed, essentially showing her the guide for leveling up. Arudo immediately asks where the closest grinding location is. He's ready for an adventure. He drops some RPG 101 wisdom. Killing monsters is the key to breaking your level cap. Time to grind for EXP. Lily mentions the army has a monster-infested forest, but it's a restricted zone. Naturally, there's red tape. Arudo is eager to request a hall pass, while Lily is excited for her first real quest. We get another view of the city as they set off to meet the Major. Lily is astonished that Major Rudolph has so much faith in Arudo, unaware that he's the Major's new favorite. They reach the Major's office, ready to present their monster hunting training proposal. Major Rudolph greenlights the entire plan, even suggesting they hire additional help. This is suspiciously convenient. Major Rudolph hands Arudo a blank check to recruit anyone he desires. My boy just got some serious authority. Arudo is still wrapping his head around having a subordinate when Lily announces their arrival. Lily points out the Adventurers Guild, the go-to place for hiring some expendable muscle. An old adventurer is grumbling about weeding quests. Not every day can be a dragon-slaying adventure, old man. We see the guild in full view, your typical RPG hub for unemployed warriors. The guild receptionist looks utterly bored, while a guy in the back complains about his pay. The receptionist finally notices Arudo and Lily, likely hoping for some real action. She freaks out upon seeing Arudo's uniform. Apparently, a soldier in the guild is a rare sight. Our boy awkwardly requests a porter, trying to sound like he knows what he's doing. Meanwhile, the old guy is still ranting about weeding. This dude's entire personality revolves around lawn care. Some adventurers are boasting about their A-rank quest, probably the highlight of their entire year. Arudo is soaking it all in, realizing this guild is another place where skill reigns supreme. Lily confirms their destination is the army's forest, but they're about to face a bizarre interruption. And just like that, Arudo's instincts kick in. Something feels off. A random hand is pointing at his boot. This is the weirdest way to grab someone's attention. A new girl with glasses suddenly appears in his face, demanding he be quiet. Absolutely no chill. Now she's on the ground looking up at him while Arudo tries to make sense of this bizarre encounter. His expression is a perfect blend of confusion and a silent plea for her not to be a psycho. She pulls out a sign offering to do anything for work. This screams trap. Arudo instinctively goes for his only move, appraise the weirdo before she does something insane. The weirdo, Furin, is immediately called out by a lady in heels. The guild receptionist, Rube, is the one confronting her. Looks like Four Eyes has a reputation. Rube is clearly fed up, stating this is the 8th time Furin has broken the rules. Girl, learn your lesson. Furin is on the floor, pleading for another chance, but Rube is having none of it. The adventurers in the background are roasting her, calling her a low-class loser. The guild is ruthless. Rube starts dragging Furin out of the guild while she screams about her job. Zero chill. We flash back to some broke guys. Probably why Four Eyes is so desperate for cash. Furin gets tossed out by the guards, screaming for Arudo to save her. My boy just wanted a porter. Arudo stands frozen, while Lily wonders what in the world is happening. Arudo clenches his fist, and you can tell he's about to activate protagonist mode and do something reckless. Rube, the receptionist, is forcibly dragging Four Eyes out as she screams about her financial woes. The urgency is palpable. Enter Arudo, shouting for them to halt the eviction. He can't resist a chance to play hero. A brief flashback reveals Fari's desperation. Her people are starving. The stakes just got higher. Arudo channels his inner hero, pointing at the oddball and declaring, "I choose you," as if it's a Pokemon duel. Both the receptionist and Four Eyes are utterly stunned. This twist was unexpected. Naturally, their first stop is a restaurant. My guy tackles problems with food, just like his recruitment. Arudo mentions using his appraisal skill on her, while Lily wonders why they're suddenly adopting strays. Four Eyes is devouring her meal, clearly confirming she hasn't eaten in days. The appraisal reveals she's got S-rank archery skills. Our boy is collecting S-ranks like they're Pokemon cards. Lily asks if he's planning to recruit her, and Arudo enthusiastically agrees, ready to form his super team. Lily is already taking on the big sister role, offering Four Eyes a job while still digesting her first real meal. Lily cuts to the chase, bluntly asking Four Eyes if she wants to be part of Arudo's crew. No subtlety here. Arudo casually drops the news about her hidden archery talent, treating it like a fun tidbit. Four Eyes is completely confused, questioning how this random guy knows her secret stats. Arudo is having a mini panic attack over Lily's straightforward recruitment approach, while Four Eyes is still processing. He tries to clarify by mentioning his past as an appraiser, which only adds to Four Eyes' confusion. She counters with her, "But I'm broke and have never held a bow" excuse, missing the cheat code memo. Arudo slams his hands on the table, eager to showcase his new party trick instead of explaining. He reassures her not to fret about the weapon, looking like he's about to perform a magic trick. Using his appraisal skill, he literally transforms a glass of water into a bow. This dude's skills are leveling up. After his magic trick, Arudo tries to maintain his cool, stating he needs a more thorough scan on Four Eyes. Lily jumps in with the hard sell, offering free room and board like it's a late-night infomercial. Four Eyes is still trying to wrap her head around this entire situation, utterly bewildered by the job offer. Lily sweetens the deal with a free weapon, and Aruto looks genuinely surprised that was part of the plan. She tells her, "He sees your potential, the same line that worked on our boy." Then Lily pulls the guilt card, saying she's lonely and wants a friend on the team. The emotional appeal hits home. Four Eyes is completely convinced by the power of friendship. Lily seals the deal, formally inviting Four Eyes to join their quirky squad of S-rank misfits. Just like that, they're a team, shaking hands as if they've just formed a new shonen protagonist group. With the recruitment art done, Aruto decides it's time to shop for gear for his new archer. Lily is thrilled about her new staff, finally getting the right equipment for her support build. The squad exits the weapon shop, fully equipped and ready for the real training arc to kick off. Aruto's assembled his party, and Four Eyes is already going all out for the team. Some random soldiers are in a panic because a new major has just arrived in town. This can't end well. A new blonde jerk spots our squad from afar, likely looking for trouble. And here comes his boss, a large guy trying to figure out who Major Rudolph's latest project is. The new goon squad quickly surrounds our team. Naturally, the first day with a party ends in a showdown. The blonde jerk throws a backhanded compliment, and the girls are already feeling the heat. This new guy starts questioning Aruto's rank with the smuggest expression imaginable. His buddy starts trash-talking Lily and Four Eyes, bringing up their past failures. These guys are asking for a beatdown. The big guy stomps the ground, calling his own goons idiots. Well, that's a twist. This new major berates his men for being weak bullies, so he's a respectable jerk. Aruto attempts to be polite and introduce himself, likely feeling utterly confused. The new major sizes him up, calling him a beanpole in Major Rudolph's latest project. He leans in close to Aruto, grabbing his chin and stating he's not impressed. The intimidation is palpable. Lily grabs Aruto's hand, trying to support him while he's being bullied. Four Eyes steps in front of Aruto to shield him. The S-rank squad is already ride or die. The new major keeps shouting that the military isn't a playground for the weak. He's really laying it on thick. The entire squad is shaken, feeling the pressure from this absolute powerhouse of a man. He drops the mic, declaring the military is for the strong, not for those needing protection. Ouch! Aruto is mulling over the lecture, starting to think this new major might not be a total nutcase. Rubel, the new major, is already fed up with the chit-chat and tells him to get to the point. Aruto steps forward, ready to pose a significant question while his new teammates observe. He delivers a clever comeback, asking if the army doesn't require educators for the next generation. He poses the ultimate question: should a coach be stronger than the players? Major Rubel calls him out, questioning if this lanky guy thinks he's some kind of master trainer. Aruto flashes that protagonist grin, claiming he has a knack for spotting talent. He's ready to shine. But just like that, he gets flustered and tries to backtrack. His confidence runs out fast. The blonde jerk and his crew are looking pretty uneasy now that they're in the mix. Aruto goes all out, pointing out that his girls have more potential than Rubel's pathetic goons. Major Rubel calls his bluff, challenging a 3 versus 3 duel in a month between their teams. The major seems genuinely impressed by Aruto's retort, looking like he respects the hustle. Aruto doubles down with a smug smile, claiming an easy victory against Rubel's lackeys. Major Rubel is reveling in the drama, laughing heartily and hyping up the upcoming challenge. The major heads out with his crew for drinks, leaving the blonde jerk to stew in his frustration. And yeah, Blondie is absolutely seething, looking like he's about to explode. The girls immediately start apologizing for freezing up, feeling like they let Aruto down. Aruto plays it cool, telling them not to worry since the major's presence was just that intense. Lily is still shaken, admitting she was scared while staring at her magic staff like it's a crystal ball. Aruto assesses her and realizes the pressure just pushed her to level up. She's grinding EXP through fear. Aruto is still processing that Lily leveled up purely from fear. He's assembling a team of oddballs. They arrive at their new place, and Four Eyes is losing it over having a real roof over her head. Four Eyes is getting emotional about finally having a home, and Aruto's just like, welcome to the team. Aruto and Lily are just now realizing Four Eyes has been homeless this whole time, and Four Eyes is having a full-on emotional meltdown, thanking them for rescuing her from the streets. Aruto quickly shifts back to business, asking Lily to take them back to the library for Four Eyes training. Lily surprises Aruto with a hug, and finally, he's getting the appreciation he deserves. But then Lily gets serious, telling Aruto she has something crucial to share. The squad gathers for a serious discussion, and Aruto asks Lily what's bothering her. And Lily drops the bombshell. She's figured out something about his broken appraisal skill. Lily starts revealing some lore, explaining that this city has plenty of appraisers, just like his old one. But then she hits him with a twist. None of them can appraise people, and Aruto is completely stunned. She clarifies that regular appraisers only get the item name, price, and a letter grade. They're on a free trial. Lily basically confirms that Aruto had no clue he was a walking cheat code all along. She lays it out plainly. His appraisal skill is a military-grade secret. He's a strategic asset. Aruto starts to panic, trying to deny that his one skill is anything remarkable. And we flash back to his old life, where he was just another cog in the machine. He's having PTSD flashbacks of an old hag who used to run the appraisal shop. This old crone used to roast him, saying any fool could do his job, and he was pathetic for being proud. The old hag's voice echoes in his mind as he realizes he was gaslit into thinking his power was worthless. Lily asks Aruto what his appraisal results were, trying to unravel this mystery. Aruto is having another flashback, saying it was so long ago he can't even recall. The trauma is real. He assumes his results were garbage, but Lily suggests a conspiracy that they hid his power on purpose. Four Eyes backs her up, saying she's never heard of anyone appraising people before. The evidence is stacking up. Aruto finally connects the dots, realizing he's been deceived his entire life. Lily suddenly apologizes for unloading this massive info dump on him, and Aruto is completely blindsided. She admits she was playing 5D chess, keeping his secret until she knew Four Eyes was trustworthy. And Four Eyes is just sweating, saying she didn't notice anything. She's just happy to have a meal. Aruto finally asks the crucial question, needing to hear them confirm his skill is genuinely special. And Lily tells him it's more than unusual, basically confirming he's a one-of-a-kind cheat code. Lily locks eyes with him, affirming that his talent is a rare gift meant solely for him. Now she's serious, gearing up to ask him the crucial question about his future. She bluntly inquires if he plans to reveal his cheat ability to everyone. She outlines the advantages and disadvantages, detailing the fallout of exposing his power. He just wants to clarify. She's talking about announcing to the world that he can see stats. She dangles the idea of a promotion, suggesting he could rise to major or even higher. Four Eyes is panicking over the promotion, while Aruto is simply absorbing the news. He firmly declines, opting to keep his abilities under wraps. Grateful, he thanks Lily for the information, agreeing to keep it discreet. Lily beams, confident he would make the wise choice. Trust is building. Four Eyes is still bewildered, unable to grasp why he'd forgo a shortcut to success. Lily shares some wisdom, noting that great power attracts a significant target. She looks to him for support, while Four Eyes struggles to comprehend the strategy. Aruto's having a mini panic attack, picturing his life as a sideshow attraction. He recalls his past as a slave, realizing he won't trade one hardship for another. PTSD is a strong motivator. He tries to downplay it, but the girls gaze at him like he's a kid with a loaded weapon. With the serious talk over, Four Eyes is pumped to kick off her archery training. Just as they begin, a new blonde officer arrives to disrupt the session. The newcomer summons Aruto to Major Rudolph's office, instructing her to come alone. Suspicious. The entire team grows anxious, speculating who might be in trouble this time. The training montage kicks off with Aruto reading on the sidelines while the girls practice. Classic coaching. Four Eyes pours her heart into drawing the bow, but her weak arms aren't cooperating. She faceplants while Lily watches in disbelief. S-rank talent. Yeah, right. Finally, Aruto looks up from his book, having a light bulb moment as if he discovered cheat codes. Four Eyes apologizes for her weakness, still processing how Lily leveled up just from being scolded. Aruto's book confirms it. You gain EXP for standing up to a high-level foe. Game mechanics are wild. Four Eyes is ready to give up, convinced her S-rank talent was just a mistake. He delivers the classic pep talk, and surprisingly, she's starting to believe it. Aruto suddenly calls out to Lily, likely having another brilliant realization mid-sentence. He finally remembers her stats. Her strength is F rank. No wonder she can't draw the bow. He instructs Lily to give Four Eyes a strength boost. Finally, he's thinking strategically. Lily is pumped, telling Four Eyes to prepare for the power-up. Lily casts the spell, and Four Eyes is about to receive a temporary stat enhancement. Four Eyes stands there, looking puzzled, likely feeling the magic starting to take effect. He encourages her to try the bow again, eager to see if his clever plan worked. She pulls the bowstring effortlessly, completely stunned by her newfound strength. Four Eyes holds the drawn bow, trying to comprehend how she's no longer weak. She's losing it, thrilled that she can actually pull it, and the stat sheet confirms the +3 strength boost. The whole team celebrates, with Four Eyes already declaring herself invincible. Teamwork, baby. Lily blushes, giving all the credit to Arudo. The harem is definitely forming. Arudo leaves the girls to train, telling Lily to keep buffing Four Eyes. He's a real strategist. The girls are fired up, ready to work while the boss is away. The training montage is in capable hands. Arudo arrives at the Major's office, where Rudolph is acting all polite, as if he didn't just summon him out of the blue. Major Rudolph assigns him a new side quest, handing over some herbs for his monster hunting mission. The Major basically tells him to use his cheat skill on the herbs. Subtlety? Not his strong suit. Arudo's appraisal reveals it's merely a basic C-rank magic herb. Nothing too wild, but still a quest item. Major Rudolph acts like he's never encountered a magic herb before. Sure, buddy. We totally buy that. Arudo is already focusing on the item's rank, likely questioning why the Major is making such a fuss. And here's the plot twist. A massive forest fire occurred just before Arudo appeared. How convenient. The Major explains that the fire destroyed their entire stock of these herbs, making Arudo's first field trip a fetch quest. Major Rudolph instructs Arudo to gather herbs, noting a significant shortage due to the recent fire. He clarifies it's not a command. He'll compensate for the herbs, leaving the Arudo stunned by the idea of a bonus. A flashback hits him. Pompous wig. Finally, he's working for someone who isn't a complete jerk. Rudolph entrusts the pricing to Arudo, confident in his judgment. Respect is finally coming his way. The Major points out that paying Arudo directly is simply more economical than going through the guild. Smart move. Our boy is pumped, vowing to give it his all. He's fully committed to this new role. Rudolph waves him off with a casual "that's all," leaving Arudo baffled by the brief encounter. Arudo's mind is lagging, realizing he wasn't summoned to face the music over the public dispute. He attempts to explain his meeting with Major Rubel, thinking that's the reason for his summons. Work PTSD? Anyone? Rudolph brushes it aside, claiming he hasn't seen Rubel, and hands him something else. Total sidestep. Major Rudolph presents a document stating this was part of his grand scheme all along. Arudo realizes it's an official appointment order. Bureaucracy is about to hit him hard. And just like that, Rudolph makes Arudo an official subordinate. He's literally forming a party for himself. Arudo's mind races, sensing something feels too convenient about this entire scenario. He points out the timeline, knowing this fancy document couldn't have been created in just 2 hours. His appraisal skill confirms it. Rare parchment and official seals. This was definitely pre-approved. The realization hits. Major Rudolph anticipated recruiting Four Eyes. This guy is playing 5D chess. Rudolph casually mentions he'll be at the duel with Rubel's crew. He's already got prime seats. Arudo is utterly confused, pointing out that Rudolph shouldn't even know about the duel. His intel network is wild. The Major smirks, warning Arudo that Rubel might try to steal him away. The rivalry is heating up. Arudo is starting to accept that the Major is playing 4D chess with his entire life. Major Rudolph confirms it, calling the whole arrangement a test with the smuggest grin imaginable. He exits the office, his mind likely fried from all the political maneuvering. He's realizing that keeping his cheat code under wraps was the smartest decision he's ever made. Arudo knows he's a traitor, so being scrutinized is just part of the new job description. He's finally grasping that these new bosses are far more dangerous than his previous taskmasters. And right on cue, an arrow whizzes past his head. Welcome to the big leagues, genius. Oh, it was just Four Eyes hitting a bullseye. The girls are grinding while he's in an existential crisis. Our boy regains his confidence, basically challenging whoever's watching him to bring it on. The following day, the squad arrives at the Monster Forest, ready to kick off the EXP farm. The girls are all pumped, eager to follow their new leader into the danger zone. Arudo lays down the rules, stating they should retreat if things heat up. Smart thinking for a rookie commander. The squad is geared up for their first official mission together. The adventure is about to begin. Our boy is already brainstorming a new way to utilize his cheat skill, planning a wide area scan. He informs the girls he's about to cast a massive appraisal spell. Time to unleash the big guns. And boom, he conjures a massive magic dome over the area. This dude's skill has an AoE feature. We see a wide shot of the appraisal dome covering a significant portion of the forest. Arudo's vision is a sea of pings, detecting everything within a 100-meter radius. The girls are completely confused, asking what's happening while our boy processes a flood of notifications. Arudo confirms the area is clear, having scouted the entire vicinity without moving an inch. Our boy casually scrolls through his new mini-map hack while Lily looks utterly lost. Four Eyes is already acting as the team's GPS, indicating the first target Arudo has pinged. Lily points out the side quest objective, but it's guarded by a couple of mobs. Classic fetch quest. Arudo sketches the battle plan in the dirt, instructing them to eliminate the easy target first. My man has a full flow chart for the mission. He's taking this party leader role seriously. He explains his cheat code, and Lily's brain is melting as she tries to comprehend that he sees monsters as books. Four Eyes finally realizes her new boss has a built-in monster detector. She's having a flashback to the library, understanding that his good eye is essentially wall hacks. The flashback confirms it. She was completely astonished by his speed in finding books. And yes, our boy was literally pinging quest items from across the room. His skill is a universal search tool. Four Eyes is finally catching on, understanding that our hero's abilities are a closely guarded military secret. She's still grappling with how he can effortlessly analyze random monsters. Arudo is just face-palming, likely worn out from being such an oddity. Lily advises Four Eyes to adapt as their new leader doesn't follow the usual rules. Arudo instructs Lily to enhance Four Eyes, and she's eager to try out her new staff. The team encounters their first mob, an angry bird itching for a fight. Lily clutches her new staff, preparing to cast her inaugural combat buff. She announces the spell, ready to deliver a significant power boost to their new archer. The magic activates, and Lily looks like a total badass as she casts her first spell in battle. Arudo's appraisal skill is already active, confirming the buff has landed like a live combat log. Arudo's appraisal shows that Lily's buff affected herself as well. He's puzzled by this unexpected twist. Four Eyes points out that Lily might have just hit 2 targets with a single spell. She's the mastermind here. Arudo confirms it was a single-cast mana cost, realizing her S-rank talent likely provides a party-wide buff. That's just unfair. Our boy thinks he got buffed too, but can't scan himself. His cheat code doesn't apply to him. They decide to consult the manual later. Who needs instructions when you can improvise in a monster-infested forest? The team delves deeper into the woods, primed for their first real taste of battle. Suddenly, Lily's new staff begins to glow, catching her completely off guard with its new features. The staff acts like a monster radar, detecting a nearby enemy. That's quite the unexpected upgrade. Lily turns to Arudo for clarification, still adjusting to having gear that actually works. Our boy takes charge immediately, shushing the team and directing them toward their first confrontation. It's time to act. The squad peeks from the bushes, spotting their first monster as if they were watching a nature documentary. Their first major foe is an F-ranked slime. My man really started them off in the tutorial zone. Arudo urges them to be stealthy, but his team's collective IQ is probably in the single digits right now. Lily breaks into the huddle looking like she's about to unveil a brilliant strategy of her own. She instructs them to touch the crystal on her staff, which could either be a new spell or a bizarre team-building exercise. The entire squad holds the staff as if they're about to summon Captain Planet. Lily shuts her eyes, focusing as if she's about to unleash a tactical nuke on this unfortunate slime. She hits them with telepathy. My girl's new staff has a built-in party chat feature. Arudo is completely stunned, questioning when she unlocked the voice comm skill. Lily casually mentions her staff has a built-in Discord server. That thing is more OP than she is. Four Eyes is utterly amazed, praising Lily for her new telepathy party trick. Lily explains she got the idea after accidentally reading our boy's mind earlier. Four Eyes is having a full-on panic attack, realizing Lily can now hear her inner thoughts too. Four Eyes is already grasping the bigger picture, understanding this telepathy is a military-grade espionage tool. Arudo refocuses the team, and despite her fear, Lily is ready to engage. Our boy gives commands, telling Four Eyes to protect Lily while he keeps watch. Lily locks eyes with the slime, getting pumped for her first real combat experience. And she's off, charging headlong into battle as if she's been doing this forever. My girl lets out a fierce battle cry, prepared to unleash her fury on this unsuspecting mob. And she simply bonks the slime with her staff. An F-rank problem calls for an F-rank solution. Arudo realizes his support range is lacking, feeling more like a spectator at this point. The slime just reforms, leaving Lily completely stunned that her bonk attack had no effect. Arudo notices the slime regenerating, realizing this F-rank mob has a trick he overlooked. Arudo casts a fire spell while Four Eyes releases an arrow, executing a classic pincer maneuver on the slime. Four Eyes is locked in, already looking like a pro. That S-rank talent is finally showing its worth. The combo attack obliterates the slime, turning it into a puddle. Teamwork truly makes the dream work. Just when they think it's finished, Arudo shouts Lily's name. The battle isn't over yet. My girl Lily gets that protagonist sparkle in her eye, ready for whatever comes next. And Lily unleashes a water attack on a new target. She's not just a buffer anymore. My girl is completely drained after that, but she accomplished her goal. First real victory for the squad. The slime has officially turned into a puddle. A solid win for the new team. Lily urges Arudo to calm down, likely due to his panic attack on the sidelines. Gerudo is hyping up Four Eyes for her crucial shot, while Lily is already panicking about something else. Four Eyes feels relieved that Lily is unharmed, stepping into the big sister role. Lily is having a full chibi meltdown, yelling at Four Eyes for whatever she's up to. Four Eyes is casually dismantling the slime, claiming it's for loot preservation. My girl knows her stuff. Arudo points to her knife, and Four Eyes explains it's standard gear for a porter. She beams with pride over her equipment, showing off to these two rookies who've never camped. Then she drops a backstory bomb. The knife was a gift from her father. Things just got interesting. The team is already discussing the logistics, with Four Eyes sharing survival tips to keep their loot intact. Arudo uses his mini-map hack to locate a nearby river, looking like a pro adventurer. The girls are completely stunned, unable to believe there's a river out here in the middle of nowhere. Naturally, Arudo's human GPS leads them right to the water. His cheat code never fails. Lillian and Four Eyes give him skeptical looks, questioning if he's really never been here before. Arudo quickly spots the quest herbs, while Lily wonders if speedrunning fetch quests is typical. He casually scoops up the slime loot as if checking off items on a grocery list. Four Eyes reveals that his water-finding skill is a military-grade secret. Arudo gives them a deadpan look, tired of being seen as a cheat code. The girls sigh at his overpowered abilities, while Arudo pleads for them to stop. Our boy is about to explain his wall hack skills, likely in the most confusing way possible. Four Eyes gives him a smug chibi grin, implying she already knew his skill was overpowered. Arudo struggles to clarify his cheat code, awkwardly calling it appraisal. His brilliant cover story, intuition. My man's bluffing skills are barely passing. The girls aren't buying that sixth sense nonsense for a second. Their expressions say it all. Just as they call his bluff, Arudo's intuition alerts him to another enemy nearby. Perfect timing. He shifts into commander mode, instructing the squad to prepare for another battle. Two E-ranked tusk dogs appear, looking far more intimidating than that starter zone slime. Lily gears up, determined to go all out this time instead of just bonking the enemy. Four Eyes realizes they'd be toast without Arudo's wall hacks. Respect is building. The dogs don't wait for a monologue, charging in for the attack. Round 2, here we go. Four Eyes is focused, ready to let an arrow fly while the squad prepares for the ambush. Lily casts a party-wide speed buff. My girl is becoming a one-woman support system. Four Eyes quickly tags one of the dogs. That S-rank talent is finally paying off. Lily charges straight at the other dog. My girl has chosen violence today. The dog lunges for a bite, completely unaware of who it's up against now. Lily unleashes a battle cry, ready to send this thing flying into next week. She connects with a solid staff strike to its face. That's gotta hurt. The other dog is still advancing, but it's about to learn a tough lesson. My girl hurls the first dog into the air like it's a baseball. Lily glares at the second dog, telling it to get wrecked. She's a whole new character now. Lily drops the staff like a nuke, finishing off the second dog with a ground slam. Arudo watches the health bars, his appraisal skill tracking the kills like a live feed. Arudo joins the fray, dropping a magic sword right onto the dog's head. My man can attack too. The appraisal confirms both dogs are down, and Arudo starts analyzing their combat data. Four Eyes gets her kill too, a clean shot right through the eye. S-rank talent is no joke. The narrator praises Four Eyes, confirming that her S-rank potential is finally shining through. Arudo is ready to wrap things up and return to the fetch quest, thinking the fight is done. But Lily suddenly screams at Four Eyes to finish something off. What on earth is she seeing? Four Eyes goes for the kill shot while Arudo panics, trying to stop her. Four Eyes is confused, saying the dogs are still twitching, but Lily tells her to stand down. Four Eyes and Lily are hyping each other up over their first real kills. Teamwork makes the dream work. Arudo proudly announces the "You Both Leveled Up" notification like a coach celebrating a win. The EXP gains are impressive, with Lily jumping 2 levels while Four Eyes gains 1. He beams with pride, calling them the perfect front and back line duo. The girls bask in the compliments, finally feeling like a true team. Lily reminds him it was a team effort, giving Arudo his due credit. The group is already dividing post-battle tasks like a well-oiled machine. Meanwhile, in the city, the blonde jerk is receiving a souvenir from someone off-screen. Blondie notes that his boss, Major Ruble, seems unusually cheerful. It's Major Ruble himself greeting Major Rudolph, rival bosses finally face-to-face. Major Ruble is energized, admitting that Arudo is the most intriguing thing he's seen in ages. Rudolph casually presents the mission report, showcasing Arudo's S-rank and SS rank loot evaluations. Major Rudolph slides the report over, implying that his new toy is quite broken. Rudolph sips his wine, looking smug about his new pet project's first victory. He explains that Arudo achieved the highest loot rating without even trying. The cheat code is real. Major Ruble downs his drink, calling Arudo a terrifying brat. He recognizes a monster when he sees one. They're already speculating that everyone will want to join Arudo's squad once word spreads. Rubel realizes this will elevate the entire army, with everyone striving to meet the new standard. Rudolph is already moving on to the next phase of his master plan, the 3v3 duel he didn't orchestrate. The Major reveals that the duel is a test to see if Arudo's team has the killer instinct for real combat. Major Rudolph states that most soldiers are too soft to actually kill anyone. However, both Majors agree that Arudo isn't the type to shy away from a real fight. The next morning, Arudo sleeps like he just took a hit to the head. He wakes up in a full-blown panic about work. The PTSD from his slave life is still hitting hard. He struggles to regain his composure, realizing his morning routine is just a trauma response. He steels himself, focusing on his new mission, taking down a dangerous criminal. The mission briefing reveals Major Rudolph wants him to track down a child murderer. Arudo is shaken, realizing that eliminate means this is his first official assassination mission. The Major tells him he can go solo since it's his first human target. No pressure, kid. Arudo is furious, deeming this new psycho even worse than his former slave master. He's still grappling with the fact that his first assassination mission targets a child-murdering maniac. He wakes up to 2 girls bickering outside his door. He can't even catch a decent night's sleep. As Arudo approaches the door, he expects a grizzled veteran to back him up on this mission. He opens the door and is ambushed by an overly cheerful girl. Her sister immediately starts scolding him for being late. This is the backup? The first girl tries to rein in her sister's attitude, but Pigtails shows zero respect for rank. The quiet sister is already apologizing for the loud one. This day is going to be long. Arudo finally realizes this noisy kid is the backup Major Rudolph sent him. He's been set up. He has to inform them that he's not even a full soldier yet, just a cadet. And Rudolph's aide is just serving tea as if this chaotic first meeting is completely normal. The loudmouth Pigtails girl has already tied up and gagged her own sister. This mission is off to a great start. Pigtails accuses her sister of being a pervert for the hug, while Arudo is stuck in the chaos. And of course, Pigtails denies any wrongdoing. Classic tsundere move, blame everyone else. Arudo's mind finally catches up, realizing the quiet sister's love language is physical assault via hugs. Pigtails finally asks Arudo to untie her sister, but not before calling for backup from some guy named Milo. Arudo just agrees, likely accepting his new role as the babysitter for these 2 chaotic siblings. He tries to be the responsible one, suggesting they should focus on the assassination mission now. They're finally having a civil conversation, with Arudo pointing out the obvious. They're sisters. Pigtails immediately roasts him for not even bothering to learn her name. His social skills are still F rank. He guesses her name is Lumeria, and she explodes, correcting him that it's Marfia. My man is batting 0. Finally, the quiet sister reveals her name, Milo. My guy is just now catching on. Arudo attempts diplomacy, but his social skills are still buffering. At least he knows her name now. Marfia, with her pigtails, immediately asserts her dominance, claiming she'll handle the mission solo to prove herself. Arudo tries to kick off the mission briefing, but Milo interjects, stating she's not even part of the team. Milo clarifies that only her sister was summoned. She's merely here for moral support and to stir up trouble. Our guy stands there, trying to wrap his head around why he's babysitting someone not even assigned to him. And then it hits him. Arudo realizes Marfia is upset because he chose Lily over her. Marfia confirms his suspicion, shouting that he'll regret not selecting her for the team. Four Eyes pipes up, recognizing that this entire assassination mission has spiraled into recruitment chaos. We flash back to Marfia tying up her sister again, proving she's a real troublemaker. Four Eyes sips her drink, calling out Pigtails for being a whiny brat. Finally, Milo speaks up, telling Pigtails to cut it out and stop being rude to the new team. Pigtails is completely taken aback that even her quiet sister is calling her out. Arudo attempts to steer the conversation back on course, formally introducing the chaotic sisters as backup. Milo kindly requests Arudo to keep an eye on her sister, while Pigtails sulks like a child. Four Eyes is having a fangirl moment over the new girls, while Lily plays the gracious host. Lily finally inquires about the mission, and the atmosphere is about to take a dark turn. Lily's expression falls as she realizes they're after a child murderer. The mood just turned grim, and Four Eyes is losing it, completely unprepared for this assassination side quest. Arudo shifts into serious protagonist mode, vowing to take down this psycho. Four Eyes is ready to take this psycho out, with Lily cheering her on. But Arudo quickly shuts that idea down. He won't let his rookie archer go solo against an assassin. The entire squad sits there, puzzled, wondering why the boss is rejecting the obvious strategy. The mission briefing reveals a twist. This psycho only targets kids if adults are present. And Four Eyes immediately volunteers herself and Lily as bait. She's really embracing this hero role. Milo outlines the plan. The girls will act as bait to lure the creep out. This is getting dark quickly. Arudo turns to Lily for the final decision, ensuring his first recruit is on board with the bait strategy. He weighs the options, acknowledging the plan is solid but incredibly risky. Being a commander is stressful. Lily is all in, hyping up Arudo for landing such a high-stakes mission. She's ride or die for her new boss. Pigtails is finally realizing Arudo isn't just some random guy. Respect is starting to creep in. Arudo attempts to pair Four Eyes with Milo, and Four Eyes looks like she's about to faint. And just like that, Milo faceplants on the table. This mission is going swimmingly. Our boy is already second-guessing himself, realizing he might have paired the wrong liabilities. The squad goes into full panic mode as Milo is completely out of commission. Milo struggles to communicate that something is in her pocket. This isn't looking good. Pigtails finally realizes her sister needs her medicine. A bit late to figure that out, don't you think? Arudo switches to commander mode, instructing his girls to prepare for emergency medical assistance. Milo lies in bed, looking like she's about to see the light at the end of the tunnel. Our boy considers using his cheat code to diagnose her, but hesitates. Now isn't the time for secrets. The squad prays for Milo, feeling utterly helpless while Four Eyes is in full crisis mode. Our boy flashes back, recalling the huge risks of revealing his cheat code. He realizes that the more people know about his ability, the larger the target on his back becomes. Arudo apologizes to his girls, essentially telling them he's about to break their promise. He tells Pigtails to move aside, and she instantly gets defensive about her sister. Lillian and Four Eyes are completely shocked, realizing he's about to reveal his biggest secret. And our boy announces he's activating his appraisal skill. The cat is officially out of the bag. Pigtails is utterly confused, having no idea what he's talking about. The cheat code activates, pinging the quiet sister as if she's a rare item drop. Our boy wears a protagonist smirk, realizing his scan just found a way to save her.